Welcome back, good people of St. Anne's, episode 10, double digits.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. We did it. We're here. Quarter zips are still going. Is that, you've won that one before? Is that
I think
new?
so.
Yeah, it's nice though.
It's really a stark contrast.
Yeah.
But I can wear it. So
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be black all the time.
Right. So then, yeah, because you weren't as, I went black today. We don't coordinate. We maybe should, but well, yeah.
We
again,
won't.
Welcome back, episode 10. We're really hunting that less than 30-minute episode, Father. So we're gonna jump right in.
Awesome.
So we're starting out with a little Ventus, a little top 7 ways to eat a potato. And while you think about it, I will set it up. One of my favorite like memes or internet pictures of all times is it just shows it's like a 5x5 grid of all these different ways that you can eat a potato, and it says, if God can do all of this with a potato, imagine what he can do with you. And so I do love the potato.
That's great.
It's such a great, it's such a great
potato.
Yeah, so simple yet so.
You said 7?
7.
So can I name 7 things I'd put on smothered hash browns?
Sure.
Smothered hash browns with beef. Smothered hash browns with I'll get to 7. I'll get to 17.
Okay, so smothered hash browns is number 1.
Number 1,
Yeah.
not even close.
Okay.
Smothered, almost burnt,
Okay.
very brown.
Very brown.
Smothered hash browns from any not inspected, dirty truck stop
Yes. Yeah.
with people who don't judge me and are just okay that I'm there at 1 a.m.
That's yeah, absolutely.
Eating only that.
What about like hash
Ugh.
browns that you buy from the store, frozen, cook them yourself?
No,
Those are okay
yeah.
too?
I like to buy store-bought ones if I have 7 hours to cook, because it takes 7 hours to,
does.
right? Store-bought hash browns take, it's like put on medium high for, 84 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
like, I got mess.
And sometimes it still ends up with
They're
burnt
not-
around the edges, frozen solid in the center.
I don't get it. It's
Yeah.
like frozen plastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. So smothered hash browns,
Okay.
without a doubt. I love a twice baked potato.
Twice baked potato.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet potato. I'm gonna put that in there.
Sweet potato. I agree. That's fine.
Oh boy, so 3. So I need 4 more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to do the classic American cut French fry.
Yep. Okay.
Medium thickness,
Yeah.
medium length.
So not big steak fries, not the skinny fries.
Oh yeah, no. And the W word we will not say. That's like number 22. I'd rather eat paper than have potato wedges. Ugh, man. So
I was trying to
smothered
figure out
hash
what the-
browns,
I was trying to figure out what the
French
W word
fries,
was.
twice baked potato, sweet potato. You know what else I love? I love au gratin. Ooh,
Okay.
yummy.
Uh-huh.
Is that number 6?
Yep. One more.
And then I think my last way to eat a potato, I'd have to say, is potato casserole.
Okay. Wow. No mashed potatoes. Completely off the list.
No,
Okay.
yeah, maybe number 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored with it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean,
Bored.
I'll share at least my number 1.
Yeah.
Himalayan salt kettle chips from Costco, the big bag. I can put that whole thing away one
Look,
day.
That is the most, this is Luke Hellwig. That is the most niche, unique, extraordinary way. Himalayan salt.
I'm just telling you what the
People,
brand,
Omni Via guests, the 3 that are tuning in right now. My mom, your wife, and thank you, whoever else you may be.
Yeah. Mom and Dad, if you're watching.
Himalayan salt. Nobody has that. Nobody uses that.
The kettle chips from Costco do.
Women on Instagram do that, in their fancy things, and they're like, they wear their blush that's from goat cheese and whatever. It's so crunchy.
All right, I know.
That's next week, crunchy Catholicism.
I know exactly what I'm getting you as a gift. A bag of Himalayan salt kettle
So
chips.
fine.
And it's going to move into your top 5, I guarantee it.
That'd be great. Can you please grab me also to go orders of smothered with 4 kinds of meat hash browns from IHOP
Yeah, sure. Yeah, It's right there. It's right there.
and fries from McDonald's?
Fries from McDonald's. That next time, or in a future Ventus, I want you to rank
That's
fast
fun.
food fries.
That's fun.
Because there's some hot takes out there.
That's good.
But not today, because we got to schedule the Q2. So, All right.
Himalayan soul.
Small take, right? So we got a bigger take coming later. Small take.
Got it.
I will admit, Father, I would classify myself as a moderate speeder. Okay, so I have a formula actually, 10%. Whatever the speed limit is, I go 10% over. So if it's 30, I'm doing 33. If it's 80, I'm doing 88. Right, like that's just kind of my benchmark.
Okay, that 88.
Yeah. Wow. So now I will say
33. I was like wuss. And 88.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not driving with you on the interstate.
There you go. I will say here in North Dakota, I'm a little more bold because I remember learning when I was in Grand Forks Fest that like North Dakota operates with a bit of a surplus as an economy, so they're not looking to make money off of speeding tickets. So you don't get
surplus.
Yeah, you don't get slammed with like a $250 fine for going 5 over, where you might in Colorado.
Very good.
But so I wanted to bring it up because it's a silly thing, right?
Yeah, it's silly.
But it's a law.
It's a law. Yep.
So
and it's just.
And yeah, so should I be going 25 into 20, even if I got 15 people behind me? I think and this again, I don't want to get into this, but I want to bring it up because I think it's important. I think it begs the bigger question: why am I speeding? Usually because I'm 5 minutes late. So that's a whole nother thing. Am I speeding?
Or 11.
Yeah. Am I speeding because I'm in a rush and I need to plan my time better? But what I'm getting at is just posted speed limit. How far over the speed limit can you reasonably go? What's your take?
Yeah. I appreciate the thoughtfulness of why am I doing it. For the sake of being principled and being good Catholic-minded, the ends don't justify the means. And so just because you're late for church or you're late for a movie, don't switch piety. Okay, that doesn't mean you can speed because you're going to mass. Doesn't mean that. Good people out there, doesn't mean it. Mass is the eternal banquet of heaven. Yes. A movie at the theater is not.
No.
In both cases, speeding is wrong.
Unless it's Lord of the Rings. Just kidding.
Unless it's a Jason Statham movie, where there'll be approximately 102 merciless killings. I love Jason Statham. Great. So this is a tough one, right? Because it might actually rise to be like a hot take.
Yeah, it's true.
And so
Father said it's okay to speed.
Exactly. No, exactly right. I think this is my approach. Here's my answer: is we just sometimes, good people out there, while we're pursuing virtue and we want to be good Catholics and we want to get to heaven, we have to be okay with not doing things right. So I'm not going to tell you, right? No, like going 28 in a 25 is illegal. It's wrong. The sinfulness of it.
But just kidding.
Right. So the sinfulness of it, like, do I bring it to confession? Do I pray about it? The sinfulness of it is really tough to talk about.
Yeah.
Because primarily in our road system in our country, you have lawmakers who are given the lawful role to bring about legislate laws. So they're just laws,
Right.
but they're arbitrary.
Right. Big distinction there. Yeah.
Right? So what does that mean? Just, arbitrary. Just is that the person giving me this law is in the position to give me the law, and they have they have all of the attributes to give me the law. And so in city law, in civic law, that's their job.
Yeah.
In great distinction, that there is no president, no Supreme Court, there's no governor, there's no head of state that can somehow make right offending divinely revealed commandment like thou shalt not kill.
Right.
See the difference between just, so if it goes against the commandment, it's always unjust.
Right.
But this is the case where we're not touching that. Car speed is a prudential matter. It's prudential. What do I mean by that? Well, it's okay to go 80 on the interstate,
Yes.
flying by rocks and grass and pasture and cattle that are 30 feet from the road. That's different than 14th Street
Right.
when I have a 7-year-old child 10 feet from my vehicle. Then I need to go 15, 20, 25.
Well
So
said.
arbitrary, meaning it's going to change like this
Yep.
upon the government, upon the school leaves, upon their safety rails. That's arbitrary. It changes. Justice does not change in the fact that we want to make sure that natural law and divinely revealed law, so who we are as humans and what God's revealed to us, stays in place.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot, but I think it was good. And I think, again, circling back to, so is it okay to speed?
No.
No. Are you going to go to hell because you speed?
No.
No. Unless you're purposely speeding because you know it's contrary to God's will for your life.
Very good.
Then you're
Very
going to
good.
get in trouble.
Very good. Or you're putting people in danger.
Yes.
But here's the point, is that that's the sin then.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Right? The sin is that I omitted charity.
Right.
That's greatly sinful.
Yeah, it's not on the speedometer. There's not like a, holy, oh, hell, there it is. Yeah, no, it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, thank you, Father. I this is, a little accountability on my part. I'm going to do better.
I speed.
I also speed. But I think
Every day I speed.
But to your point, it's like, okay,
Every day I do.
can I in those moments say, okay, you know what, God, like, why am I speeding? Is it because I get pleasure out of it?
No, that's great.
You
should still ask the question.
Yeah. Is it because I'm always a little bit late? Okay, how can I then actually fix
Bingo.
the things that you have to?
Bingo.
So, awesome. Great. Let's take a break.
Okay. Welcome back to you all, guests of Omni Via. We appreciate tuning into episode 10. As we move on in through the Easter season, Luke, it's been great. And I'm really excited for the hot take, the high hot take, if you will, of this episode. We're going to talk about boys versus girls, and let's take the verses out. Boys or girls or both altar servers.
I thought you were going to say who's better at sports. That's too hot.
That's in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's in 2
weeks.
weeks. So when it comes to the Holy Mass, do we allow boys and girls to serve? Luke, at St. Anne's, I made the move like maybe a year ago that only boys can serve.
Yep.
I'm kind of I don't like the word loose. I'm pretty open in terms of like what age do you have to be.
Right.
I don't have really a hot take on the age. I guess we could talk about it, but I really want to get to, so your thoughts on girl altar servers. Can they, should they?
Yeah.
How about this? What does the church teach? We could probably get to that. But I want our listeners to open up, and this is a big deal because the church down the road, well, there's girls there. So boys, girls, altar servers, tune in. Hottest take yet.
Yeah.
Luke?
So I'll definitely, and before I had kids, I was definitely like, it should only be boys. Because, again, we're going to get into kind of the reasoning why, but just in my own head, I'm like, it's a model, it's preparation for the discernment of priesthood. It should be boys. The priests and deacons are only boys. All the should only be boys. Then I had a daughter. And my son...
Second,
yeah. So Max loves serving. You'll see him at St. Anne's serving at our church in Colorado. Not as built up of a serving culture, so he would serve every Sunday. Every Sunday. Sometimes the only guy up there, right?
Sometimes he'd preach.
Sometimes he'd preach, every once in a while, they hear confessions after Mass. Is great. And he just loved it. And my daughter also has a great love for the liturgy and loved watching him serve. And honestly, when, especially at school Mass and stuff, when other kids would serve, she'd be like, oh, Daddy, they didn't do this right. Like, she just knew how to serve better than they did, having never been trained. Our church allowed girl altar servers. Again, I would have counseled that they didn't, but they did, and it wasn't my decision to change. And so we actually, the last year we were there, we allowed Bridget to start serving because she saw all of her friends serving. And again, I think the ultimate purpose of liturgy, right, is for us to enter into the sacrificial love that God has for us and to grow in virtue. And I saw in this one scenario that as an opportunity for our daughter Bridget to participate more fully in the Mass because that was the environment that was already going on. We came here to St. Anne's, first Mass, saw only boys. Immediately was like, yes, thank you. Like, because I just think that it's good. Because one other thing that I notice is a lot of times too, girls mature faster than boys.
Oh, for sure.
So a lot of girls will start serving,
Yeah.
and they're just frankly a little bit better than the boys sometimes at like the attention to detail and these kind of things. And so they, at least, you know, in that kind of 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, they start serving really proficiently, and so boys stop serving, and then they don't ever come back. And so I think when it's selective in this way, I think it really appeals more to the masculine heart. I think it's good for boys to have that. But I will also say, and I know that this is something that you're attempting to do at St. Anne's, I still think girls need something. Sacristan, some kind of similar approach where they feel like they have a part in the preparation of the liturgy.
I really appreciate how you exercised with your wife, I would assume, prudence, right? Just in terms of like,
because it was hard, because I was like, I don't want her to serve, because part of it was like, because I believe it should only be boys.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, no, I mean, but to that point, right, of like, we don't have to know the details at all, but my first impression when you said the whole move from like her friends were, she wanted to, your parish, by way of the decision of the pastor, permitted it.
Yeah.
And so like, I think there's great unity in that, I mean, I can appreciate the discipline of, no, like in my house, girls don't serve. I appreciate that. But I also appreciate that there isn't this verbalized division between what Father does and what I do.
Right, yeah.
Because when there's division, even for the sake of what's right, if not handled well, I think can create division in the heart.
Yeah.
Right. And
absolutely.
So, because the devil loves that. So I would encourage, certainly like at my own, so even in the parishes where that happens, for moms and dads that know like my daughters do not serve, I bless that. I do bless it. But I would encourage you to teach through it regularly.
Right, yes.
So not like a drop down one meeting, that's all it is. Like regularly talk about, this is why, and that's gonna, I think, purify any division.
Yep.
Between like father, pastor, and mom or dad.
So then, with that, Father, so why did you make the decision then? Like, why for you is altar serving reserved for boys?
Yeah. So it's twofold. So number one is that I have, after a couple of years, and with the environment, changing the environment, and I think complementing the architecture of the church, which I had no desire to change because I don't have $11 million. If I had $11 million, I would change it.
Yeah.
Father Spain had the vision of an upside down boat, and he carried that through. That's not my vision. And I didn't discern in prayer to raise and ask you for $11 million.
Thank you. I also don't have $11 million.
So that's a real thing. And so I knew, okay, then I have a role to play in what can I do on the inside to follow traditional sacred art principles that were not being followed. And the decision of that is prudential.
Yeah.
So St. Anne's is unique this way. There's 4 pastors, right? So we're 70 years next year. And the first 2 had a lot of longevity. So Father Spain and Father Ed Wayner, number 1 and 2, had their prudence and how they were going to change or not change what the church looks like. Father Sattler, number 3, my predecessor, had the same prudence. When do I change? What do I change? Right. And so did I. So we don't need to be verses, right? It's that when in 2023, when I'm in the role of pastor, I have the duty to make these decisions. So I did. And in changing, namely, elevating the sanctuary height so that we're lower, certainly lower than the altar, not higher than the altar. And then making it clear that there are roles in the Holy Mass.
Yeah.
And the communion rails and the statues, the fabrics, the elements we used, and how they look to the human eye help teach those rules.
Yeah.
And from the Old Covenant through the New Covenant, so through the Jewish form of worship, which it took the whole Old Testament to teach, and they still got it wrong. And we're still in the New Testament, and we still get it wrong.
Right.
All of us are not ideal. I want to be very clear. None of us are doing perfect worship. In God's divine revelation of sacred worship, those closest to the altar were men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's number one. It's very clear in scripture and tradition. Those in worship closest to the altar, and I mean spatially. Mm-hmm. I don't mean prayerfully or by way of sanctity.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
my belly button can be touched in the altar, but many masses, my mom, who's in the third or fourth pew, she's closer to the altar.
Oh yeah.
And I hope people understand that. It's not about holiness.
No.
It's about, I could be, but I could not be many days. Mm-hmm. But I know my mom is closer, although she's 30 feet away.
Right.
That's number one. And then number two, just in the short history, I think, Luke, that we could get into maybe after a break. There's a history to this in the church, in the Catholic Church, right? But I think that background is really important, that we can't just cash away.
Yeah.
Like we can't say, well, that's what they used to do. Because I'm not saying, friends, like 1940, 2026.
Right.
I'm saying like God revealing to Abraham. Okay, listen. Yeah. God revealing to Abraham, this is how you worship me. Okay, thousands of years.
Yes, yeah.
Jesus becomes a man. He's born at Christmas. 1900 more years. That.
Right.
Compared to like, well, girls should serve. I don't know.
Right.
So
yeah. No, it's great.
Comment on that. Your thoughts?
Yeah, quick comment, then we'll take a break. I just love what you said about like role does not equal holiness, or role does not equal importance. And I think, in just kind of the common culture we live in, because you're on the altar and visible, that is equated to more important, but that's not the choice.
No.
One example I love in Focus, we have two patron saints, St. Francis Xavier and St. Therese of Lisieux, who are both the patron saint of missionaries. One, St. Francis Xavier, potentially baptized millions of people. Very clear that he should be the patron saint of missions. Therese entered a convent, never left. How is she the patron saint of missions, right? It's because in her role, she just had this great love for mission, and she prayed fervently for mission. And so now she's also the patron saint of mission. And so I think for all of us, right, like, and it was great in Father's homily, Father Gardner's homily this last Sunday, talked about like the point of Mass is sacrifice. We're all baptized, priest, prophet, and king. What do priests do? They offer sacrifice. And that's going to look different for everybody, but that's the point, that liturgy is the word that we use to describe the forms and functions we do to offer our sacrifice in unity with God, according to his rules, like you said, like according to how he wants it done. So it's about entering into that. Another great example that I've heard that I like is, and this is, I think, not only within the role of liturgy, but just in life, is that God gives all of us a capacity for grace, right? And so mine might be the size of an 8-ounce mug, but you as a priest who's been ordained and given a much higher role within the church, your cup's a little bigger. Exactly. It might be a bucket.
That's right.
And it actually, if I compare my cup to your cup in size, I'm going to be miserable. But actually, my goal is just to fill my cup. Mm-hmm. And actually, I'm kind of okay because mine's actually easier to fill than yours, So sure, your capacity for holiness might be greater because it needs to be because of your role. But that doesn't, I can be holier than you, like you said to your mom, because my cup's fuller in capacity. And so, again, if we get into that comparison game, we're going to be miserable. But it's not about should it be boys or should it be girls. It's how are we helping boys, young boys, enter into the liturgy and how are we helping young girls enter into the liturgy? And those roles are going to look different.
Very much so. So,
Right.
break.
Break. All right, welcome back from the break. So, Father, you had mentioned right before the break just a brief history of altar serving. And just kind of, again, it's not like, oh, how it's changed in the last 50 years, but this is how it was set up from the beginning and how the church has responded to that call.
Yeah, so I did that, Luke, because sometimes I think, so it goes both ways, right? So like on one hand, they're good at it or they want to do it. Moms and dads, you have to admit that's a horrible, if I could be strong with you, that's a horrible way to approach things.
Yeah.
If your 10-year-old is great at driving and wants to drive your car, you're not going to let them.
Not going to let them.
Okay? So I just want to put my finger on, that's just not a good way to live. I hope you don't live your life that way. I hope to God we don't parent that way. I don't think I live that way. I try not to priest that way.
Yeah.
Because I want to do something or I'm good at something, I should do it, right? So that's number one on that side of the topic, right? So if we could, be real hot here. For those that are like, no girls allowed, like it was a horrible mistake, like only boys up there. Yeah, okay, good. Like I appreciate your energy around it, but you can't bring a dogmatic attitude to something that's not dogmatic.
Yeah.
And the reason why you can't do that is because God knows your heart, and God's spouse is the church.
Right.
And so when the church makes decisions, your heart has to follow that. It does. And if it doesn't, you're not going to be able to make distinctions on, I shouldn't give this amount of love or detestation, right? Another word for hate, to something that doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
That's really important in all this, right? The saints, that's how the saints lived, right? So
Yeah.
I want to speak to both sides.
Yeah,
like,
we should hate evil. Girls out there serving, not evil.
It's not evil, right? So, what we can say though, in real short history, is that it surfaced in the church at a high level by way of an indult. An indult is a temporary law based upon a passing situation. Okay, an indult is a temporary law that passes. And so some will say when you do your research, the law is now expired for pastors. So this is the decision of a pastor. It's not the Holy Father. It's not the bishop, although they have the rightful authority to tell me what to do. In most cases, they say it's actually the authority of the pastor of the parish. And that's the way it is in Bismarck. Bishop Kagan tells his pastors, you can decide boys and or girls. He told me that. And so I, knowing the history and having my convictions and knowing that I don't need the indult. We have plenty of servers who are boys at the Church of St. Anne. And when making the change, we're almost at 4 times what we had with boys and girls.
Yeah.
And so, although it's not about numbers, but it is about roles, it will stay that way as long as I'm pastor. And I do look for ways that girls can serve the sacrifice, and I'm more than open to feedback.
Yeah.
But that's a short history of, okay, then why does this parish in Bismarck, this parish in Minot, this parish in Chicago, this parish in Denver allow it?
Yeah.
Well, the pastor has the authority to use that indult, I suppose.
Yeah.
And by way of canon law, to allow those if he thinks there's necessity. And you nor I are in the chair of necessity.
Right.
So we could have our opinion. He doesn't need to do that. It's your opinion. You're not the pastor.
Yeah.
So, right.
And I think
that's a lot, but
going off that too, I mean, it's the same reason why, you can decide to go ad orientem, right? Altar facing the east, or versus populum.
You got it.
But I think
another hot take,
and I would love to get into that because I'd love to hear your decision behind it because I'm a big fan of all of that. And the reason I'm a big fan of it is because for thousands of years within the church, there was kind of a decided way, hey, this is what we ought to do. And then the church has made allowances of you can also do this.
Yeah, well said, Luke.
But I think if we take any other aspect of our life that we're passionate about, we always want to do the best. And that's what we're getting at.
Well said.
Boy altar servers, and again, I could name all the other things, but we'll say that for another time. But a lot of these changes that you've made or kind of these more traditional options within the church are the preferred option of the church. And if we're going to do something else, it needs to be intentional. The other one that I always like to share is, so no meat on Fridays, right? That's during Lent, it's an obligation. Outside of Lent, it's still strongly encouraged by the church because it's still a day that we remember. Now you can fast in any other way, but for me personally, it's like, but if the church gives a recommendation, why am I? Yeah, like I'm not that smart of a guy.
It's the bride of Christ.
Just like I don't need to argue with 2,000 years of history. So again, to your point, does that mean you have to agree with our opinion because it's what the church says? No, but I think it's just asking yourself, why do I disagree with this if there's all this history as to this being the way? So thank you for your prudential decisions as pastor. And if you have any ideas out there of how to get, again, young men and young girls more involved in the liturgy, it doesn't have to just be serving. I think we all want the youth to feel engaged in the church. So awesome.
Best part,
here we go. Got my things right here. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You don't do the filter thing anymore.
Oh, I do it in post. So I'm setting myself up later so I know when I'm going to come in with the question.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Are Crocs fashionable, functional, or neither?
Neither.
Okay. Is the customer always right?
No.
Do you sleep on your back, on your front, on your side? What's your sleeping position?
Back.
Back, okay.
I think so.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on the side, pillow between the knees. If you could make the ultimate sandwich, what would be on it?
Sourdough bread.
Okay.
Romaine lettuce leaves. A mixture of salami and smoked turkey, shaved really thin.
Yeah.
And pastrami. So, bring me lunch. Pastrami, chicken, salami.
You said turkey. Smoked turkey or smoked?
I said smoked chicken.
You said turkey.
Okay, smoked turkey. We'll do turkey.
No, you can do chicken. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we're getting lost. And mayo.
Mayo, okay. I was going to ask
Very
you.
simple.
Great.
Very simple 3 needs.
What was your kindergarten teacher like?
Mrs. Scopa, she was wonderful. She was one of those, you take out of a book, like the Catholic school kindergarten teacher. It was her.
That's great. Last week I asked which celebrities you would pick your parents to play in your autobiography. Which celebrity would you choose to play yourself? And Sean Connery can't do both your dad and you.
Should I do the James Bond theme? Should I keep that going? Okay, I need a classic. Oh, good. So I'll do a really classic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bruce Willis.
Okay.
It's not Catholic.
Well, hey, I mean,
he has so many good movies.
Yeah.
You know?
In about 5 years, Jason Statham might be able to. Play the older you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Mario Kart character do you play as?
Luigi.
Okay. Are you more afraid of the doctor or the dentist? Maybe not afraid, but which do you?
Dentist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedian?
I don't like comedy.
Oh,
yeah. You, Luke Hellwig.
Yes. You heard it here first. I'm a comedian.
Luke Hellwig.
All right, last one. Hit me with your best knock-knock joke.
I only know one.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
An elephant and a rhinoceros.
An elephant and a rhinoceros who?
Hell if I know.
Hell if I know. This is my favorite. Because there's the classic knock, knock. Who's there?
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting.
Then I like this one. Knock, knock. Who? Knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
Oh, sorry. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting sloth.
Interrupting sloth who? Stop. He's been waiting 10 weeks to do this.
Oh, Father, I got a bag full of tricks.
Okay, so between knock knocks and Himalayan salt, we're way over 30.
We're way over 30. We'll get there. It was a good topic. We had to unpack it a little bit, especially speeding. That was a good one as well. So, as always, fill out the form, comment, grab us on the street. Let us know. We want to keep this going, but we want to make sure the content is good. So let us know what you want to hear. And until next time, we'll see you later. There you go, Father. How do I know?